I look like a messed up, but anyways, let's just get into this thing. So this is like my second time doing this whole YouTube thing, so I'm still pretty new at it. But anyways, let's get into today's game. Today was Arsenal versus Atletico, or as many people like to call it, Atletico de Madrid. So my first thoughts about that game is the fact that we were pretty good. We were good at the way we played. Well, the first half, the very first 10 minutes when I was watching that game, I was like, "Holy smoke! We were just running through Madrid. We were just running through them every single play that they had." I think there was one specific moment that I remember. I think it was the very first 5 minutes, whereby Atletico Madrid, especially with All Black is passing throughout the back, but as soon as the ball reached the center point, it was like as it just took it back. That alone, the intensity of the way we started that game itself was something else. I really like the way we played. Well, not really from the back, the way we played throughout the whole entire game, the pressing, everything about it. A lot of people are focusing on the defense, but what I've started noticing is our midfield. The likes of Zubimendi and the likes of Declan, them two together are phenomenal. I would really compare them to Partey and Declan, but this time around I feel like we're more controlled in our midfield area, especially with Zubi and Declan. Declan always play the deep six role whereby he's always collecting balls. But yet again, Zubimendi is also good at that too. But but it's just the way they combine each other. Declan just runs everywhere while Zubi just plays out the passes. It's almost like Zubi's a deep six. Not a deep six, but he's more of a playmaker in that sixth role, which is phenomenal, which is good to see. I think it's been a while since we've had a midfield like that whereby we have a midfield who runs like an engine, always wants to win the ball, who always wants to win every single duel, and then we have a more controlled midfield, which is a great thing to see. I think we've been lacking that for the past 2 seasons, but this time around it's being reintroduced. Apart from the midfield, like I said, a lot of people focusing on the defensive areas, which again this season we've been super phenomenal. We've been doing everything correctly. And again, the midfield area is phenomenal. I love everything about that midfield, especially today, the way we played, the way we outplayed Atletico Madrid's midfield. And the way Atletico Madrid midfield, by the way, is the most underrated midfield ever because they have both physical and they have both technical midfielders. For us to dominate that midfield area like that is something that it's something to me that I looked at. I was like, holy smoke! But apart from the midfield, we'll get into the attack now. We've got Victor Gyökeres and we've got Saka as well, and we've also got I think Martinelli. Them three so far. I think 12 games right now into the season. I feel like we're lacking something in that attacking area. I like Victor Gyökeres. I like Saka as well, but this season so far, I feel like both of them have been stagnating. Not really stagnating, but there's a drop somewhere, and I feel like that's the impact of having a pure nine. We're so used to play a forward who's always a deep forward who always drops down, collects the ball. But this time around, we have a pure number nine, and I feel like that actually harms Saka. A lot of people don't see that, but having Victor Gyökeres doesn't really help Saka, because most of the time, whenever we play our games, having that deep nine like a Kai Havertz who always comes down, always Saka was always the outlet, Martinelli was always the outlet. Them two are always up there, ready to combine. It's like Bayern Munchen this season. If any of you guys have watched Bayern Munchen, the way Kane is playing, always dropping deep down, helping Olise and Luis Diaz to play as two forwards. By the way, that's how I look at. This is how I look at like this season has been very different compared to the very past few seasons. Whereby the last 2 seasons we've been playing like Bayern Munchen. Well, there isn't Bayern Munchen, but without the trophies. To be fair, let me just put it that way. But this season we have that great number nine. We just need to figure out a way we can just have our two forwards, not our two forwards, our two wingers always being on the wings and finally Victor Gyökeres. But as far as I'm concerned, this game was ATM. It was a good game. What else are we lacking? It was a good game, but there were also some elements where I'm looking at the game. I'm like, if we can just tweak out something, it will make our game much better. Look at David Raya's mistake. What was that? The way he made that run towards that ball. I looked at that. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Raya? Just stay in your box. I love Raya so much, but today he just made me realize how much we need to just every player to stay in that position. We don't need we don't need this Raya going straight out, acting like another defender. Where was our defense on that play, by the way? And also, where was Raya's common sense? I feel like he wanted to go and block out the ball so that the ball rolls out, but I guess he anticipated. Well, not really anticipated. He kind of just watched the ball instead of being that wall, or basically being a protector towards that ball, opening your full big arms. If Atletico Madrid came in and ran at him, it would have been a foul either way. So I don't know what he was thinking over there. So yeah, that's my takeaways for this game. And like I said, this YouTube thing isn't. I feel like it is for me and it isn't for me, but I just wanna give my thoughts towards the game in a sense ish. But this is how far I can go, and let's see if I'll be dropping out more videos later on. And again, thank you for watching. I guess subscribe or whatever. You know what? Just do whatever you feel like is right. But anyways, Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid today, phenomenal. I gave full press to Teta, but I still want Teta out. Teta's still gonna go. The only way he can stay for me is if he wins a trophy, and that's a major trophy. And if we continue playing like this all the way to January, I'll give him a benefit of a doubt. And hopefully he continues playing like this. Well, hopefully he continues. Hopefully we carry our form all the way to December. Just keep winning. No draws, no losses, which is impossible because it's football. We're expected to win and we're expected to lose. But we shall see how things go throughout this whole season. And again, thank you.